Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Why I Do show. And today I am super privileged to have a very, very good friend of mine, Mr. Rajesh Nagjee, with me. Rajesh, welcome. Welcome, because I know you're going to impart some amazing knowledge with everyone that's listening. And Rajesh runs a program called the Maverick CEO, which I know we're going to know more about in a minute. So Rajesh, welcome, my friend.
Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you for having me.
So let's get straight into this. You are one of probably the most interesting business experts and life business. You've got this brilliant way of blending everything you do with both. And I know I've sat in your room on occasions and had some of the biggest epiphanies of my life. So I'm very, very happy to have you here. But more importantly, I'd love to know, before we know more about the Maverick CEO, why do you do what you do?
Well, Phil, I've got this little three circle diagram that I always look at, gaze at, and at the top of it says, market need, and then there's passion and talent. And so, what am I passionate about? Where do I have my talent? And where can I add value? And what's the market need I want to serve? And my life has been, a journey to get to the center of this triad. And that's basically why I do what I do. So when I'm working, I'm having fun. When I'm having fun, I'm working. My passion is full on. And years back, I came across a very beautiful diagram, which was like an isosceles diagram, just like that, which says that either you're in growth or you're in decay. There is no such thing called a plateau. And I choose to remain in growth mode, and that's basically I do what I do is to engage with people and kind of be in that kind of phase.
Okay. Now, I remember you once told me an amazing story about, because I know one of the things you do, you look at so many different parts of business. And I remember you telling me a great story about a hospital and why you got involved in that and how that now shows up in the way you help business. Would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, I got inspired to build a hospital, and I created a 150-bed hospital. And the reason that I want to do that was I thought I'm not a medical person, so what do I know about running hospitals? All I need to do is put it all together, and then I will have all the time in the world to practice my music. I play the sitar, and those days I was very, very serious. And before I knew it, the whole hospital kind of just took off and consumed my life. And the hospital then became this place of saving life, and we got a 59-second response time in as our goal, as our motto, and that's what we worked very, very hard on. And the entire journey, took me through various ways of motivating my people, getting them on focus, finding their life purpose. At one point, I realized that that was really my true calling. So I wrapped up the hospital, sold it, and then moved on to do what I'm doing now.
So in terms of the hospital, you mentioned a certain time of seeing people. And I remember, I think if I recall correctly, you were telling me that one of your goals was to cut that time down. And I think you did it through efficiency of operations and all that. Is that correct?
Yes. So what happened was that, once I was standing near our emergency room and the patient wheeled in, and he was in a very bad critical condition. And, all our forms and everything, we were very super organized, and we had sort of compressed the time. And normally it takes about an hour and a half it used to take in those times to get somebody admitted. And we had brought it down to 20 minutes. And I was so happy looking at the whole process unfolding. But when I looked at the patient, he was sinking, and 9 minutes later, he died. And we were very efficient. that we got the forms and everything finished in 20 minutes. And that got me thinking. I said, man, this is not on. So I took on a 59-second active life resuscitation, promise. And if you're not able to start within 59 minutes, the entire hospital bill is on us. And then I thought I'd be able to do it straight off, but it took me 2 years to organize everything. But at the end of the day, in a critical hospital, what is critical for the patient is the criticality of their condition. For us, as the providers of service, what's critical is time. So that's really where we started, focusing on everything that compressed time. And then we managed to reach under 3 minutes active life resuscitation, and that put us amongst the world's best trauma care hospitals at WHO standards. And Mr. John Eddy was the Consul General of USA in the consulate in Bombay, drove down 200 kilometers to felicitate us.
Wow. And so, from what I've seen about, when I've been in your rooms, a lot of those sort of efficiencies are what you were applying to businesses, when you're working with the CEOs and, even though that was medicine, you're working with businesses because it's about efficiency, right? Taking up the slack. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the Maverick CEO? I love the title, by the way.
Yep. So, I did my first MBA in India. And when I came out of that very intensive, I was at the top of my class, but I said, man, I don't get this. And I really thought I was dumb. I thought I didn't have the intelligence, whatever. Then I went through life, and years later, I said, let me go and check again. So this time I went to one of the world's best schools, which was the London Business School. And again, at the end of that, I was among the top in the class. But at the end of that, I came away confirmed that I'm dumb and stupid and I don't get it. And then I started researching all the mavericks. So the mavericks of business are people largely are college dropouts. And then they go with this inquiry on how things work. How can we make things work? And what I found in business schools is there was a lot of philosophy, there was a lot of history, and there was a lot of journalism, because over 97% of business professors who are very brilliant, don't get me wrong, but they've never run a business. So when I started absorbing these mavericks, I've studied now 24 of them. And so the work that I do is around getting those dynamics across to business owners.
Brilliant. I love it. It sounds really exciting. So from the Rebel Networkers to the Maverick CEO, I think there's a virtual handshake going on here.
Man, yeah, we are soul brothers.
So I've got a really serious question for you now. Serious face.
All right.
So if you were stuck on a desert island and you could have one person with you, somebody didn't listen to me the other day. They said they want the whole England rugby team. I said, no, one person. Who would it be?
It would have to be my my guru's guru, Wilal Khan, the sitar player. If I can get and sit at his feet, he's no more now. But if he was alive, and if I could spend time with him and, really, really download his mental syntax in a way of being, because there are two parts to what he did. One was he was exceptionally technically brilliant at music, but other than that, he was also so delicate in touching, moving, and inspiring people. And that was the part that I was most interested in getting.
Well, Rajesh, I think you're going to have the most musical desert island so far. So on a little cluster of islands, I think everyone will be coming to you for a party, mate. So
Yeah.
Rajesh, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with me today. And I look forward to breaking bread with you very shortly.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.